Hi again, everybody. Gonna give this another shot. This video is sponsored by contribution from Cynthia, and here's her story. Hi, Ollie. I've written before about my narc stepmother and narc daughter and my narc stepsister. Both had attempted to friend my husband and a couple of relatives on my deceased mother's side of my family on Facebook in order to get information on me and my family. When that didn't work, my narc stepsister left a voicemail for me. I've been no contact with both since my father's death 3 years ago. So the message was surprising. You made a video for me advising me not to return my narc stepsister's call. It was great advice. Thank you very much. Your advice also made me rethink my no contact with my younger sister and her husband who live in another state. My brother-in-law is a narc and was the golden child of his family. He has to be the center of attention at all family gatherings and try to control everything and everybody. While visiting them, I noticed that he even controlled the food. When they came to my home for a visit, my narcissistic brother-in-law expected the meals to be served on his schedule so he could go to bed at 8:30 every fucking night. Then he bitched about our indoor pets, saying, "My grandpa said all varmints should stay outside, and I think so too." Charming, right? They were always cutting coupons, buying clothing and furniture from yard sales in Memphis. They allowed others to pay for dinners out because it was assumed that they weren't earning enough money to do so. They never ate out, not even McDonald's. The sad thing is their adult daughter. As a kid, she never saw the inside of a Gap store and eaten a Happy Meal from McDonald's. During her during her teens, this straight A student developed some personality disorders, which came as no surprise to anyone but her parents. She became aggressive, particularly towards my sister, and I completely understand the frustration. My sister never said or did anything to take up for her daughter, even over something as simple as a Happy Meal. I later found out in the 90s that they had saved over $700,000. Yes, money hoarders. I felt so deceived. When narcissistic brother-in-law tried to control my relationship with my sister by limiting the number of times and the length of our long distance conversations, I was done with them both. I went low to no contact. My sister isn't a bad person. I've not written anything to you about our fucked up childhood because I can't figure out how to even begin. I think that I will have to do it in chapters. My parents divorced when I was 6 and my little sis 2.5 years. Neither my mother nor my father were stable people, and neither of their homes were fit. CPS would have removed us both if anyone cared to report them. I started living on my own at 18. My sis stayed in the dysfunction much longer than I. I have no hard feelings toward my sister. She isn't a strong person, and she hasn't had an original thought in 20 years. All I ever heard from her were my narcissistic brother-in-law's recycled opinions about virtually everything and everybody, including myself. It seems that he doesn't approve of my family's lifestyle, and of course my sister agrees. What a surprise. The point of all this was that my the point of all this is that my sis told me that she and my narcissistic brother-in-law talk about my husband and me when they walk every morning at the fucking mall before the store is open. Well, how flattering. After going no contact, I didn't block her on Facebook because I told myself that I wasn't that kind of person. My oldest son was married last year, an event that I thought I would share with my sister. Before the wedding, I called her to ask if she even wanted to receive an invitation. The message was, call if you do, if you don't call, you don't. Then she answered the phone. We had a pleasant, brief conversation, and intimidated she intimated that she would like to resume our relationship. I was open to that. What a backfire that would later become. Before the wedding, I received an email from her that specified the parameters that I would need to follow if I wanted to resume our relationship, something I'm so sure that my narcissistic brother-in-law had developed. Of course, I rejected that nonsense, which included prayer. I know that they know I'm agnostic, and reading assignments, followed by a timed discussion of no more than 20 minutes, 3 to 4 times, at most a month. Now I'm allowed to see the now I had allow her to see the wedding pictures and other pictures on my family Facebook. Remember, I didn't want to be that kind of person. My husband and I have 2 adult sons. The oldest is an Army Ranger, Special Forces combat medic in the 75th Ranger Regiment, and he will be discharged at the end of this month. He and his wife are expecting a baby in December. My youngest is a junior at Texas A&M. As fucked up as my childhood was, my husband and I somehow managed to raise 2 normal children. Most of this can be found on my Facebook page. Well, everything except the info about my son in Special Forces. I'm telling you now because he is in the process of discharging. Weddings, birthday parties, our whole life together as a family. I still wanted to share with my sister. Ali, after your advice in the first video you made for me, I had a long think about the definition of narc supply. I decided that leaving my Facebook open to my sister was just feeding my narcissistic brother-in-law and sister-in-law a narc supply. I blocked her and her husband on Facebook, email, and phone. I've been watching your channel for a while. I can't believe that it never occurred to me that inviting her to look at my Facebook page, I was feeding their narc supply. Now I wonder what the hell they're going to talk about on their morning walks every day. Ha 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 ha. Know what they're going to talk about? They're going to talk about you blocking her and what you're doing. And they're going to keep going on and on and on and on about all the shitty things that you have supposedly done in order to support each other's bullshit in their reasoning for treating you the way it is. They do. It wasn't necessarily supply they were gaining off your Facebook, because you got to look at your brother-in-law's behavior. Why would he want to limit your time with your sister? Because he sees you as a threat. He sees you as a threat to exposing his bullshit. He sees you as a threat to opening up your sister's eyes. That's why he's trying to limit it. They see your Facebook page, and it's a threat to them. They see the wonderful life you're living. You see your wonderful children. They're jealous. They're jealous. I'm sure they're not living the type of life you're living. And the reason why he needs to control her is because he doesn't want your sister to see it as well. But she wants to go along in the dysfunction, so she's a lost cause. I mean, you definitely made the right decision going no contact. I wouldn't even have invited her to the wedding. You notice as soon as they got their foot in the door, now they want to start dropping parameters. This is why once you've made the decision to go no contact, you stay no contact. If you have the feeling that you need to go no contact, then you need to go no contact. Nobody's ever been wrong in going no contact. Nobody's ever said, well, that really fucked up my life more. That made things more confusing. That was the wrong thing to do. Never happens. Never happens. You never regret the decision to go no contact. You never do. So why break contact for a wedding or for any other event that they're just going to try to ruin anyway? Because they're always going to be looking for a way back in. Don't give it to them. Narcissists always going to look for a way back in. You can't do it. You can't. Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you for your story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a narcissist you'd like to expose, or a topic you'd like me to cover, you know what to do with my PayPal and my email links in the description box. And remember, when you do send me your story to the email in the description box, put at the top of the email whether it's with or without contribution and what name you'd like to go by. All right, this one is going to be my last video because I can feel it building up again. So thank you for watching. This is Ollie Matthews. I'll see you all again real soon. Bye.